one, fight.
It's high spots and hot takes. High spots and hot takes. High spots and hot
Welcome
takes.
to High Spots and Hot
High
Takes.
spots and hot takes.
Another Patreon exclusive here from me, Professor Bitterman. So we do the Bitter Pill on Wednesdays, and we do an occasional reaction video. Thanks to Tony the Fall Down Man's brilliant idea here with this particular show called High Spots and Hot Takes. They drop whenever I feel like it, so don't get too greedy. If you like them, though, please let me know by shooting me an email over at professorbitterman@gmail.com. Now, last time for our pilot episode, we reacted to my favorite match of all time, Roddy Piper versus Bret the Hitman Hart. I thought we'd do something a little different today. We go back to an Indy match. This one has come from August the 6th, 2005. And it's going to be weird because I'm going to do commentary on a match that I already did commentary on. You're going to hear me doing color commentary alongside play-by-play man Slick Rick Toms. And I think you'll enjoy it. Let's just see how it works. If I can get it to queue up and ready to go here. I'm not sure that Matt Seidel match ever happened. I don't remember how many shows this promotion had. So this was NWA Indy, Indianapolis, which was a subdivision of the NWA Midwest out of Chicago. Ed Schumann was the promoter of NWA Midwest, and Rob the Bomb Williams and Dozer, well, mostly Rob Williams, was the promoter of NWA Indy. So this is about 6 months, maybe less, from the Machine Gun leaving Cincinnati to go to California. And we'll talk about that a little bit. But here you get a good idea of just how good the Machine Gun was back early in his career. He's about 6 years in total, but remember, he had a year off after his concussion in 2000. So this is when NWA was still part of Total Impact Wrestling. And they had an X division. And so the NWA also had an X division. And the idea was that these indie guys would then go to Nashville at some point to TNA. This is Signature Machine Gun. That is him shooting machine guns before he was the Machine Gun. This sort of comedy spot was his calling card. Gave him personality, made him entertaining. And he still, though, obviously can go as an athlete. Pretty sure that Scottie Murray, who was known to me mostly as Sean the Virus Hard Drive, or perhaps you know him as the American Eagle. But he was Scottie Murray here because they didn't like the virus gimmick. Okay. Virus gimmick was that of a sort of a weird computer hacker. It was actually a really cool thing, I thought, but here we go. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Or not. Oh, this show was called August Anarchy. I'd forgotten that. I didn't film it. I was doing commentary, but I edited the video and produced this release for home video for NWA Indy. So important to have good lighting when you're doing video, and we did not. Short of outdoor shows, I never had the luxury of good lighting. Ah, Machine Gun Classic right there. One of my favorite things. That's right. I used to call that the baddest clothesline in the world. I love that. So the angle here was that Machine Gun won a four-way last time that they had a show, which was back on June the 4th. And in that match, he beat Spider Nate Webb in the elimination match. But it was controversial, and so this was supposed to be Spider Nate Webb. And he got hurt and could not compete, so Scottie Murray got the shot, which actually worked out really well. Because Scottie Murray then got to go with the Machine Gun to Nashville, where they wrestled October 6th and October 7th at parts of the NWA convention, which, by the way, is where the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, Chad Allegra at the time, met David Marquez, who was a California-based promoter who had associations with the New Japan Los Angeles Dojo. That was vicious. So this was August. Wow. They went to Nashville in October. Marquez saw Chad, invited him to the LA Dojo, and then by January, he was living in California, which then led, of course, to getting to go to Japan and having a tryout there and immediately getting signed upon his first match. And here he is today. History has been made. I'm just so proud of him. I really am. Watch this. I believe this ring belonged to a man named Quicksilver, an Indianapolis indie guy. And it was soft, but also hard to run in because it was so smooth. And so the texture, not so great. Oh, a beautiful drop kick by Scottie Murray. Main event of this show, by the way, was Wildcat Chris Harris versus the Monster Abyss. And during the match, the ring slowly started to break. It was a disaster. I can't remember if NWA Indy ran any more shows after this or not. I know they were supposed to, but I don't know that it happened. That's a good move. You know, I love 80s and 90s wrestling, right? This is 2006. It's a little post my favorite era. But this is the era that I was pretty active in personally. Beautiful, but he missed it. That was Chad's finishing move. One of them, or a setup for the finisher. I've taken this move from him before. He slipped off the top rope, fell on me, and tried to kill me while he pinned me. But he nailed it beautifully there. And that's it. Goes on to wrestle Matt Sydal, but I don't think it ever happened. It's okay. His career ended up all right after all, you know? So that was pretty good, yeah? Good example of the machine gun back in 2005. I was going to tell you more about this convention. So I went with them to Nashville, where they wrestled in Lebanon, Tennessee. They were the opening match on the card. It was the same two guys, Scottie Murray and Chad Allegra, and Murray won that night. Trying to look through this real quick to see if there was anybody notable on that card as well. A lot of indie guys. A lot of indie guys that you would never have heard of. Now, from NWA Top Rope, Andy Douglas wrestled Tracy Smothers. So that's pretty cool. This is a big one. From NWA Ireland, Fergal Devitt and Paul Tracy wrestled Phil Boyd and Sean Brennan. I don't know if we knew that Fergal was on that card and that Chad would have met him there. That's probably also how Fergal got invited to the dojo, I bet. And the main event was Chase Stevens and Big Bully Douglas in a cage match for the Top Rope Southern Heavyweight title. Now, the next night, they did it again. They were not the opener of the card. They were more towards the middle. And once again, this time Chad Allegra beat Scottie Murray. And it looks like the main event of this show was from TNA, the Naturals, beating Cassidy, Riley, and Eric Young in a no contest. Not wrestling them to a no contest. Anybody else interesting here on this card? I don't see so. It looks like maybe the same Ireland match. The names are different now here, but I think it's the same. It's a tag team name. So Team Mega versus Finglas Hooligans, which I'm assuming was Fergal. Prince Devitt, Finn Balor, as you know him today. So, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this one. It's late. I need to go to bed. I enjoyed doing it. I will bring you more of these. I would love to hear your requests. If there's something you want me to react to, sometimes it's going to be about me giving history because I know it intimately, like this one. But sometimes it'll be me reacting to things. I'd love to blind react to stuff. If you have some, I really don't want to watch terrible wrestling, but I will. If you have clips that you want me to see, shoot me a link on YouTube or something like that. And I'd be happy to do what's ever entertaining for you. You get to see the real Bitterman if you send me bad stuff, I guess, which could be fun. But anyway, thank you so much for being here for this edition of High Spots and Hot Takes. And we'll see you next time.
The Bitter Pill hosted by Kirk Shepard is for entertainment purposes only. While Kirk Shepard is a licensed therapist, none of the information presented on this podcast should be interpreted or thought of as clinical advice. Kirk's wrestling persona, Professor Bitterman, is a fictionalized character and may not be representative of the actual views of Kirk Shepard.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
If you're in need of mental health treatment, go to psychologytoday.com to find a therapist in your area. For more information on Kirk Shepard, his books, and more, go to kirkshepard.com.